Beneath the Ice of Europa, the sci-fi horror short story. The drilling station Erebus 9 groaned like a wounded animal as Europa's ice shifted around it. Metal ribs creaked. Frost blossomed across the interior walls in delicate, branching patterns that looked almost organic. The crew had grown used to the sounds, the distant cracking, the low moans, the occasional thunderous shudder as the ice above them flexed under Jupiter's tidal pull. But tonight, something about the station felt different. Dr. Lena Harrow stood alone in the observation chamber, staring at the drilling shaft through the reinforced glass. The shaft descended nearly 3 kilometers into the moon's crust, ending in a newly opened cavity of liquid water, the first chamber ever reached by humans, a hidden ocean older than Earth's continents. And now, something from that ocean sat in their containment tank. Pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. Lena rubbed her arms, trying to shake off the cold. "You're not supposed to be alive," she whispered. The organism, if that word even applied, resembled a translucent sphere the size of a melon. Its surface shimmered with internal currents, like slow lightning trapped inside a soap bubble. When they'd first retrieved it, it had been inert, frozen, dead, they thought. Then it started making sounds. Not sounds exactly, more like imitations. Voices. Human voices. Lena leaned closer to the glass. "Say something?" she murmured, half mocking herself. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, softly, unmistakably, the sphere whispered, "Lena!" Her breath caught. The voice was hers. She stumbled back, heart hammering. "No. No, no, no." The intercom crackled. "Harrow? You still in the lab?" It was Commander Rourke. His voice was rough, sandpaper over steel. "Yeah," Lena said, trying to steady her breathing. "I'm here." "Good. Team meeting in 10. Bring your notes." She hesitated. "Commander." The specimen just spoke again. A pause. "We'll discuss it in the briefing." The line went dead. Lena glanced once more at the containment tank. The sphere floated motionless, as if mocking her fear. She turned and left the room. Behind her, the organism pulsed once. A slow, deliberate throb, and the frost on the glass shifted in a pattern that looked almost like a smile. The briefing. The crew of Erebus 9 gathered in the central hub, a cramped circular room lined with screens and frost-rimmed pipes. The air smelled faintly of ozone and metal. Rourke stood at the head of the table, arms crossed, jaw clenched. "All right," he said. "Let's get to it. The specimen is active. That's new. Harrow, you're our xenobiologist." "Thoughts?" Lena swallowed. "It's mimicking us. Our voices. It's not random. It's targeted." It called my name. Dr. Malik, the station's physicist, frowned. "Could be resonance. The tank's material might be vibrating in response to." "It wasn't resonance," Lena snapped. "It was my voice." Rourke raised a hand. "Let's stay focused. We need to determine if it's dangerous." A humorless laugh came from the corner. It was Juno, the engineer. "Everything down here is dangerous. The ice wants to crush us. The pressure wants to implode us. And now we've got a talking jellyfish." "It's not a jellyfish," Lena muttered. "Great," Juno said. "That makes me feel so much better." Rourke ignored them. "We keep it contained. No one goes near the tank alone." "Understood." Everyone nodded, except one. Dr. Cade, the station's medic, stared at the floor, pale and sweating. "Cade," Rourke said. Cade flinched. "Yeah, sorry. Just tired." Lena studied him. His pupils were dilated. His breathing shallow. Something was wrong. Rourke continued. "We'll run more tests in the morning. For now, get some rest." The crew dispersed. But Lena lingered, watching Cade shuffle down the corridor like a man walking underwater. The first disappearance. Lena couldn't sleep. The station felt colder than usual. The hum of the generators seemed weaker, like the whole place was holding its breath. At 3:17, the alarms blared. Containment breach, Lab 2. Lena bolted upright, heart slamming against her ribs. She grabbed her boots, didn't bother with a coat, and sprinted down the icy corridor. Rourke and Juno were already there, staring at the shattered containment tank. Shards of reinforced glass glittered across the floor like frozen tears. The organism was gone. What happened? Lena gasped. Rourke's face was stone. We don't know. The cameras cut out 10 minutes ago. Juno pointed to the floor. Look! A trail of moisture led from the tank to the ventilation grate. The metal was warped, as if something had melted through it. Lena's stomach twisted. It's in the vents. Rourke turned to her. Can it survive outside the tank? It shouldn't be able to, she said. But clearly we underestimated it. Juno cursed under her breath. We need to seal the vents. Before they could move, a scream echoed through the station. A human scream. Cade. They ran. The tunnels. They found Cade near the drilling shaft, lying on the floor, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream. His skin was pale, almost translucent. Frost clung to his eyelashes. Lena knelt beside him. Cade? Can you hear me? His lips moved. No sound came out. Then, faintly, from the darkness of the drilling shaft, they heard his voice. Help me. But Cade wasn't speaking. His chest wasn't moving. The voice came from below, from the tunnels carved by the drilling equipment. Rourke grabbed Lena's arm. We're leaving. Now. But Lena shook her head. It's mimicking him. It's using his voice. Juno whispered. Then where's the real Cade? Lena looked down at the body. The hollow, empty body. Her voice trembled. I think it drained him. Rourke swore. We're sealing the shaft. But before they could move, the lights flickered, then went out. Darkness swallowed them whole. The thing in the dark. Emergency lights flickered on, bathing the corridor in blood-red glow. A wet sound echoed from the shaft. A slithering, a dragging. Something was climbing up. Juno backed away. Nope. No. Absolutely not. Lena grabbed her flashlight and aimed it into the shaft. First she saw nothing. Then she saw movement. A shape rising through the darkness. Not a sphere anymore. It had changed. It had grown. The creature was now a mass of translucent tendrils, each one filled with swirling currents of light. Faces flickered inside it. Cade's face, then Malik's, then her own. Distorted, stretched, screaming silently. The creature reached the top of the shaft and spoke. Cold. Hungry. Rourke raised his weapon. Back. Get back. The creature surged forward. They ran. Isolation. They barricaded themselves in the command module, sealing the doors with emergency clamps. Malik was shaking. It shouldn't be able to move like that. It shouldn't be able to change shape. It's not a single organism, Lena said. It's a network, a distributed intelligence. It can inhabit water, ice, maybe even vapor. Juno stared at her. You're saying it could be anywhere? Lena nodded. Anywhere there's moisture. Rourke looked around the room. Frost covered every surface. Then we're already dead, he muttered. The intercom crackled. Cade's voice filled the room. Let me in. Juno covered her ears. Make it stop. Lena's hands trembled. It's learning. It's using our voices to manipulate us. Rourke slammed his fist against the console. We need a plan. Lena took a deep breath. The heat generators. The creature hates warmth. If we overload them, we might be able to drive it back into the shaft. And then what? Malik asked. We collapse the tunnels, she said. Seal it in. Rourke nodded. Let's move. The descent. They made their way toward the generator room, weapons drawn, flashlights cutting through the dim red glow. The station groaned around them. Frost thickened on the walls. Their breath hung in the air like smoke. Halfway there, they heard footsteps. Human footsteps. Malik froze. Someone's coming. A figure emerged from the shadows. Cade. But not Cade. His skin was glassy, his eyes milky white. Water dripped from his fingertips. He opened his mouth. So cold. Lena whispered. It's puppeting him. Rourke raised his weapon. Stay back. Cade took a step forward. Then another. Juno whispered. Shoot it. Rourke hesitated. Cade lunged. Rourke fired. The body collapsed, splashing apart like a burst water balloon. Tendrils of liquid slithered away across the floor, disappearing into cracks in the ice. Lena swallowed hard. It's scouting us, testing us. Rourke's voice was grim. Then let's give it something to fear. The heart of the station. They reached the generator room, a cavernous chamber filled with humming machinery and thick pipes. Heat radiated from the central core, the warmest place in the station. Lena moved to the control panel. I can overload the system manually, but once I start, we'll have 5 minutes before the whole station overheats. 5 minutes is enough, Rourke said. Juno checked her weapon. Assuming it doesn't kill us first. Lena began typing commands. The generators roared louder, heat intensifying. Then the lights flickered, and the creature arrived. It seeped through the vents like a living fog, coalescing into a towering shape of ice and light. Faces swirled inside it. Cade, Malik, Juno, Rourke, Lena, all screaming. Malik whispered, God help us. The creature spoke with all their voices at once. Join us. Rourke fired. The bullets passed through harmlessly. Juno hurled a thermal charge. It exploded in a burst of heat, and the creature recoiled, shrieking in a chorus of stolen voices. Lena shouted, It's working! Keep it back! The creature surged forward, tendrils whipping through the air. One struck Malik. He froze instantly, encased in ice, then shattered. Lena screamed. Rourke grabbed her arm. Finish the overload. She turned back to the console, fingers flying. The creature lunged again. Juno stepped in front of it, firing wildly. Come on, you frozen bastard! A tendril pierced her chest. She gasped, then fell. Lena hit the final command. The generators roared like a beast awakened. Heat flooded the room. The creature shrieked, its form melting, collapsing, dissolving into steam. Rourke grabbed Lena. Move! They ran. Behind them, the station began to melt. The escape. They reached the airlock with seconds to spare. Rourke slammed the door shut as the station groaned and buckled. Pressure suits, he said. Now. Lena struggled into hers, hands shaking. Rourke sealed the outer hatch. The ice above them cracked. The station collapsed. A shockwave of steam and boiling water blasted upward, propelling them toward the surface like bullets fired from a gun. Lena screamed as the pressure hammered her suit. Then, light! They burst through the ice into Europa's thin atmosphere, tumbling across the frozen surface. Silence followed. A vast, empty silence. Lena lay on her back, gasping, staring at Jupiter looming overhead like a god's unblinking eye. Rourke crawled to her side. You alive? Barely, she whispered. They sat in silence for a long moment. Then Lena frowned. Do you hear that? Rourke stiffened. Hear what? A faint sound. A whisper. From beneath the ice. Lena. Her blood ran cold. Rourke grabbed her arm. We need to get to the surface beacon. Now. They began walking. Behind them, the ice cracked. A thin plume of water rose from the fissure. Inside it, something glowed. Something alive. Something learning. Epilogue, Transmission Log. Surface Beacon 7. Automated Distress Signal Europa Research Station Erebus 9 status. Critical. This is Dr. Lena Harrow of Erebus 9. The station has been compromised. Unknown organism breached containment. Multiple casualties. The creature is intelligent, adaptive, and capable of mimicking human voices. Can inhabit water, ice, and vapor. It is not contained. I repeat, it is not contained. We are en route to the emergency shelter. Request immediate extraction. Do not send additional drilling teams. Do not approach the subsurface ocean. It's coming through the ice. Please hurry. End of transmission.